It's time to take off your clothes, enjoy clothes-free living, and join us for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
Welcome to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, the show that celebrates clothes-free living for all. I'm your host, Frank Stone.
And I'm your correspondent, Lisa Monroe, and I'll be reporting on all things within the naturist community. So it's time to get naked and join us.
And enjoy clothes-free living on Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Well, greetings and welcome on in to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 42 today. That's right, our 42nd week of broadcasting in a row and our 42nd episode in a row. We have not taken a week off yet since we started on July 1st of 2023, nor do we plan to anytime soon, bringing the naturist, nudist, naked, clothes-free life for all of the right reasons to you every single Saturday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on Spotify, branches out to every podcast platform under the sun thereafter, and we are just glad that you were with us today. And now let's get to the latest report from ANDEE RODGERS and her husband, Tom.
Hi, this is ANDEE.
And this is Tom with the WINR on Wheels ImPerfect tour.
How fun it's been for us to get to visit our friends from Serenity Mountain Retreat at their home in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Here they belong to the Mojave Sun Club, an active, non-landed club with 42 members. They rotate who's hosting each month, and we just happened to get in on their St. Patrick's Day party, one of my favorite holidays. All decked out in green nude attire, the ladies joined me in the sunroom, and we chatted like old friends. To get the conversation started, we all shared how we became a nudist, and I was the newbie amongst them, with only 8 years in this lovely community. We also got to see our sister-in-law, who was in town for the day, and we enjoyed flaming margaritas and just spending time getting to visit her. What a special added bonus to see her on this leg of the trip. We were sorry to leave, but we look forward to coming back down this way and visiting everyone sometime in the future. Thank you, Mojave Sun Club, and especially Sharon and Terry, for your warm hospitality and jovial spirit.
Until next time, hope to see you down the road.
And there you go, the latest report from ANDEE RODGERS of WINR, Women in Nude Recreation, for the American Association of Nude Recreation. ANDEE RODGERS and her husband, Tom. We thank them for this latest report, and we'll hear from them again on next week's show. You're listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 42 today. Thank you for being with us, enjoying clothes-free living for all of the right reasons. And now let's head over to the UK to talk to Helen Berryman and her husband, Simon Berriman. Well, let's head over to the UK this morning. We are going to talk to what I'm going to call the first couple of naturism. They might not like that title. I just gave it to them and didn't get their okay. But they're all over the place promoting naturism, clothes-free living for all the right reasons. It's Helen and Simon Berryman. So first of all, let's say hello to Helen. Helen, how are you today?
Hi, Frank. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not bad at all. You're busy as heck, especially with being the women's officer with BN, right? That's your main focus right now, at least in terms of pushing naturism?
Yeah, never a dull moment, always plenty to do. Got lots of different events coming up and a ladies-only holiday in Fuerteventura in April. That's really good and sold out. So we're doing another one in September as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention your own podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, new podcast.
I think you started, was it the first Saturday of December of 2023?
Yeah.
That was your first show. Then every first Saturday of each month, you have a new show, right?
That's right, yeah. So we've done 5 podcasts now, so 5 different women. It's great.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Well, keep it going because you're making a big difference out there. Let's say hello to her husband, Simon Berryman. He's a big advocate for naturism as well. Good morning, Simon. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. Thank you very much, Frank. Yes, I get that a lot. I'm definitely Helen's husband.
You got your name.
She used to be your wife. Now you're her husband, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But actually, I believe you were into naturism long before she was. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, 2011. I went on a world naked bike ride, and that was where I kind of put a label on naturism and what it was, and decided, yes, that's me.
Sell the clothes and move on, right?
Yep.
Ever since 2011. Well, we have you on today. Next week on April 20th, you are putting on a Naked Retro Gaming Live, I believe at the Naturist Foundation. Maybe, Simon, just tell us about this. I know that's a big thing for you. You enjoy this. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what's going on next week at your Naked Retro Gaming Live night?
Okay, so the Naturist Foundation is playing host to it. It's going to be an evening where a lot of retro games consoles, and by retro I mean like everything from the 70s up to the sort of early noughties. Games consoles are going to be set up and ready to play, some old computers as well. Yeah, very British stuff like the ZX Spectrum and the BBC, but also some of the ones more known to the American audiences like the Atari and the Commodore 64. We're going to have the old Sega Mega Drive or Genesis and the PlayStation, and hopefully have a big screen 4-way Mario Kart for people to come and have a bit of a competition on.
I'll win.
Yeah, of course you will. Yeah. But aside from that, yeah, it's going to be like set up in the pavilion there, and there's going to be the bar open as well, and food van and things. So it's going to be a full-on evening.
And this is open to everybody. You don't have to be a member. Anybody can show up and pay the fee and get in.
Absolutely, yes. It's an open event. It's just a evening fee to get to the event,
but you need to book online.
You need to book online, on the Naturist Foundation website, naturistfoundation.org. By all means, sort of book up and come along. And if you want to book for the day as well, do that. Make a day of it.
It's been great to talk to you, Helen. Always a pleasure. We've had you on the show before, obviously. Keep doing what you're doing for BN and your podcast and everything else you're doing, and go out there and have a great day.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
Yep. And, yeah, definitely you too, Simon. Keep up the great work and best wishes on this Naked Retro Gaming Live night, and probably the first of many, right? You maybe look at it as an annual thing or twice a year. Or
yeah, well, if we can do it annually, that would be great, certainly. And if it gets really big, maybe we can do Naked Retro Gaming US.
There you go. We'll fly you over here, we'll set you up, and you'll be good to go.
Absolutely.
I take that as an invite, don't you?
I do.
You're welcome anytime. Helen and Simon Berriman, have a great close-free day, as we like to say, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, Frank.
See ya.
You bet. And there you go, the very terrific naturist couple from the UK, Helen Barryman and her husband Simon Berriman, all about that Naked Retro Gaming Live. If you're near the Naturist Foundation, get there next week. Participate. Have a great evening of fun. And we thank Helen Barryman and Simon Berriman for coming on today's show. You are listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 42 today. Hope you're enjoying the show. We love having you here. We look forward to this all week. And as you can tell by the music that is sneaking in on us ever so slightly, it's time for the one, the only, the terrific Lisa Monroe. And here she is, the one and only, the fully clothed free and the fully smiling Lisa Monroe. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today?
Good morning, Frank. I'm doing great. And how about you this beautiful day?
Not bad at all. I do have some bad news, though. It's a really short segment today, but next week we will make it up to you. It will be fairly on the lengthy side. So if you're okay, let's just get right to it today.
Okay, that's fine. And if you notice, I didn't bring baked goods for that reason. So maybe you'll get something next week. So
well,
proceed,
sure
please.
What do you think of that as a way? If women want to have their top off, great. But if the laws say no, then you know what, guys? You can't either. And that would cause a revolt on men, and suddenly everyone's top free. What do you think?
Well, I think denial is one method of protest in that, taking away a right from someone who has it because other people don't is a probably legitimate way. Whether or not you could pick the right spot, I'm sure you could, go to some place that was pretty open already and maybe get this passed. But how widespread it could be, I don't know. But for the most part, men are free to do what they want. Women are not.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to let it go right there, Lisa Monroe. It's kind of a hit and run today. We're all about freeing the nipple, top freedom for everybody, men and women.
Yes, we
And
are.
I know that, yeah, that's right. All right. We have to go right there, Lisa. Have a great close-free day and week. We'll talk to you next time.
Okay, Frank, take care, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Let's go over to Texas now. We're going to bring in the current president. That's right. We have the president on our show, the president of the American Association for Nude Recreation. Let's get to it right now. My interview with the very terrific Mitch London. So let's head out to Texas this morning, Austin, Texas, to be specific. We are going to talk to the president of AANR, the American Association for Nude Recreation. We had him on before for a short interview. This is the full-length interview, so let's welcome him to the show this morning, the president of AANR, Mitch London. Good morning, Mitch. How are you today?
Hi, good morning. I was waiting for my little fanfare in the background, the trumpets blowing, but they didn't show up this morning, so...
Did you hire your own mariachi band or classical music?
Yeah, I tried, but they didn't want to show up at 7 o'clock in the morning, so...
Well, the show hits at 6 a.m. Eastern time, so that's even worse.
They don't get up that early.
No, the life of a musician, you don't get home till 2 or 3
Right.
or 4 in the morning, let alone get out the door at 6. You got to be kidding, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a string quartet here because the string players tend to go to bed early. It's the brass and percussion you got to worry about, right?
Right, yeah.
So let's go ahead and educate people. I know this as an association started over 90 years ago, but just tell us what it's about, what you folks do, why people should pay attention, why people should join, sign up for your newsletters, and even run for office someday. What's AANR all about, Mitch London?
Well, AANR, or the American Association for Nude Recreation, has been going since about 1931. So in just about a few years, we're going to be celebrating our 100th anniversary. So that's going to be, we've been working on that already. We've actually been saving money up in the budget each year to accommodate a big gala or some thing. We don't know what yet. We're going to do some big thing, have some special things made up, and hopefully have a big special event at some club somewhere. And
well, that's when you have the mariachi band.
Exactly, yeah, that would be great. At least if it was in Texas, maybe in the north you might have something else, but I don't know.
That's true.
But ANR has been around since the 30s, which some people are like, what's the 30s? It's like, well, that's way before me even. So that, that's my dad's day. But their goal has kind of been the same ever since. It's basically, kind of keeping an eye on the rights and abilities for folks like us to be nude in first, probably just in private in our own homes. And then, when we go to a club, some places didn't want that. You had people that, thought that, oh, your clothes are not on you, so you must be doing something nefarious. And as we all know, that's not the case for nudism, but people they don't ask, they don't know. We've been working that for almost 100 years, and we can get into some of the political stuff later, which is an ongoing thing currently. But ANR has been around and has, basically helped people with keeping nudism an activity that you can do in your home with your friends, with your family. It is family-friendly, nude recreation. And it also gives us a set of guidelines to follow for not only individuals, but also for clubs. If you want to be a club affiliate of AANR, it gives you a set of guidelines to say, hey, we're willing to, fall under the guidelines by, ensuring that it's family-friendly, or it's not a sex club, basically. We'll just say it out flat. It's not a sex club. Right. And, like I say, some people don't know that, and they assume what it is by not knowing, so they assume it, and we know what that means. Yeah. And that's also, we have a bi-monthly meet and greet online, and that has been something we've started the past couple of years through our membership and marketing and public relations sort of group effort has put that together. And it's basically a big Zoom meeting. Yeah, I know we're getting out of COVID. We don't want Zoom meetings anymore, but actually it's quite popular. We get easily over 100 people each time we have the meeting. And we have breakout rooms where people can talk about writing, about advocacy for ANR, the young naturists, women in nude recreation, which is a whole other committee that we have. And there's all kinds, and the topics will change each time, every couple weeks. So there's always different things to talk about. And they come in and you start by saying, okay, here's the rules. This isn't, obviously show off what you got down below. This is keep the cameras up here. This is, that kind of thing. And then they open up the different rooms, and sometimes there's 12 to 13 or, some odd rooms, and people go to the different rooms and they just chat back and forth and talk about similar subjects, whether it's ham radio or whatever it is. And so that's been a great way. And then, of course, we offer the pitch of, if you enjoy doing this, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to be a member, but, we would love you to be a member. And that's why we have the ANDEE Advocacy Room, which is what our executive director comes in, and he is kind of the head of that. And he gets to tell people about all the stuff that's going on lately in the Congress and legislative and stuff like that. And so we get to tell people more about ANDEE and hopefully to consider or convince them to join.
Okay. Well, I didn't realize they can join the meet and greet through AANR and not be a member. So that's open to anybody?
Yeah, you can go to aanronline.com, which was a website that the subcommittee or the committee put together, and it basically gives you information about how to sign up for that. And that was Karen. She put that together. She's one of our committee chairs, and she's just a computer guru from all the time. She just is amazing at what she can do on the computer.
No, those people are very valuable. Make sure you hold on to her.
Oh, yeah.
The very terrific Mitch London, the current president of AANR. And if you want to reach him or find out more information about the association, the website is aanr.com, and everything is there for you. And if you're not a member, please consider doing so. They work for us, they fight for us, they're engaged for us, so we can continue to live the clothes-free life for all of the right reasons. And we will have part 2 of my interview with the very terrific Mitch London on next week's show, which will obviously be episode 43. And by the way, did you know that Mitch London has his own video show? That's right. It's called This Dude Cooks in the Nude. And you can find that, thisdudecooksinthenude.com. And it's exactly what it says. He's a dude, he's in the nude, and he does some cooking. Dishes from all around the world. I think you'll enjoy that show. And we're going to have Mitch London on later in the summer to discuss his video show, This Dude Cooks in the Nude. But in the meantime, we'll have him back next week as the president of AANR, Part 2. And as a reminder, check out our YouTube previews every Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. And please like, review, subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. You'll be helping us out tremendously in the world of podcasting, and we hope that you enjoyed today's show. Thank you for being with us today on Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 42 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, any place. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked, Nudist, and Naturist.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked, Nudist, and Naturist. Have a great clothes-free day.